Hello and welcome to Baking on a Budget. Now this time we've got a very simple recipe and it's always delicious. This is homemade shortbread. Absolutely delightful, very simple to make. We've got what we need to make it over here. There's only 3 ingredients. I'm going to tell you what the quantities are and how much this cost. We have 125 grams of unsalted butter, which cost me 97 pence. We got 55 grams of sugar at 7 pence and we got 180 grams of plain flour at 9 pence. So the whole recipe, £1.13. As I say, this is a real simple recipe, so let's get to it. The first thing we want to do is combine the unsalted butter and the sugar. So I'm just going to pour this into a bowl. This is softened butter, by the way. It's been standing out for a while and it's nice and soft. So I'm going to start off with a fork and just press all of that butter into the sugar until it comes together in a nice light, creamy sort of consistency. You could do this with an electric whisk if you wanted to, but it really only takes a few moments like this. So I shall just continue with the fork for now. With that all combined, as I say, no longer than a couple of minutes to actually bring that together. That is looking fine. Now we're just going to add the flour to this a little at a time. That will do to get started with. And I think what I'll do, I'll transfer to my spoon at this point. I just want to fold this in, fold the flour into it. A little bit more flour. Right, so this is the job. We'll just keep adding a little more flour at a time and keep bringing that together. That's all looking good. I'm going to put the last of the flour in and I'll just bring that together with my hand. Now I'm going to turn this out onto the board. It does look a little crumbly. I'm going to turn it on the board and compress it together, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge for just a short while to help the rolling out process. That's got it all up, I think. Looking good. Right, now I'll just press it down a little. There it goes. As I say, I'll give that about 20 minutes in the fridge and that should be absolutely okay. It's had a little while in the fridge and I'm going to get it out of its wrapper. Right, what we want on the board is just a little bit of flour, like so. A little bit of flour on top. And just very carefully, we'll start to roll that out. Don't worry about the cracks or anything like that. This will be fine. And we just want to roll this out to about half an inch. About half an inch thick. And that is it there, I believe. Yes, that looks good. Now I'm going to mix rounds out of this. You can do it any way you like, really. You can make the fingers or the classic petticoat tails, or just straightforward rounds like these, which is what I'm going to be doing here. And then I can simply bring this back together, roll it out again, and we'll get a couple more. In fact, I think what I'll do with that, I will make that into just a couple of fingers. And we can just cut that. Square it up. And cut it down the middle. That will be fantastic. And with these bits, if we can get them together again, we'll just get one very small biscuit out of that. Maybe little Isla would like that. We shall see. Now I'm going to pierce these with a fork. Looking good. Now what we want to do is just transfer them onto the baking sheet. And these are going to go into a hot oven. The oven is at about 190 degrees and they're going to stay in there no longer than about 15 minutes. Obviously we'll keep an eye on them, we don't want them to burn or anything like that. So it's a hot oven, it's about 190 degrees. Conversions for that are in the description below the video. We'll pop these in and we'll see what they're like when they come back out. Okay, now they have had just over 15 minutes in the oven, just starting to brown a little on the corners there, so I'm going to call them done. What I'm going to do is let them cool entirely. They will still be a little bit soft until they have entirely cooled. So I'm going to just leave them out on a rack and then we'll come back and take a taste once they're ready. They smell delicious though. Okay, they have cooled and I've got to say they look absolutely delicious. This is a plate of shortbread. And this recipe, the whole lot of it there cost me £1.13. I think that's very reasonable because this is all butter shortbread. You could use other fats if you wanted to, but I've gone for the all butter here and I'm sure that that is going to taste absolutely great. Let's get one. That's looking good. Now that is fabulous. That's really good. Nice and crisp and short, melts in the mouth practically. Be nice with a little coffee. And that was really simple to make. It's just a couple of minutes to put all these ingredients together. And of course with this base recipe, with some cream on top of there, some strawberries, you would have strawberry shortcake. With a caramel covered in chocolate, millionaire shortbread. All the same base recipe. Excellent just on their own, but as I say, they could be fancied up as well. So there it is. That's how to make your own shortbread. If you've enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more recipes like this in the future, very simple things to put together, very inexpensive and always absolutely delicious, then please do consider subscribing to the channel. In the meantime, I'm going to finish off this shortbread finger, and I thank you very much for watching.